I know a lot of people want to see the cool stuff, so let's bring this up. Since you brought up Jay, so this is Reasonable Doubt, signed by Jay-Z. It says, to Neil, classic material. Thanks for the classic tour.
That's beautiful.
So he's a billionaire now, so maybe this will be worth something someday. I can send my daughter to college with that.
That's beautiful.
And another little Jay-Z thing. So this is when we DJ'd, not the time we DJ'd for Barack Obama, but when we were essentially campaigning for him. We didn't say we were campaigning for him. We were campaigning to get out the vote. But that's essentially what we were doing. We were campaigning for him. And before I answer that question, I'll tell an interesting story, because I know you told me you wanted me to tell the crazy stories.
No.
So actually, this is a good story that I haven't really told often. At the time, I wasn't actually DJing for Jay. There was a period of time when, rest in peace, AM took over. So they were doing like a little West Coast run. And this is before the Blueprint 3 came out. And I actually remember when Kanye brought his Beat CD over for the first time. He had like an entourage of females, which anyway, let's fast forward. So at this gig, I actually come back to DJ. So AM takes over for maybe like 4 gigs, because they were doing like a West Coast run. And I come back. So Jay-Z's nickname for me, and I know some people might find this embarrassing, but I don't know. He used to call me Nervous Neil. And I think it's because, Jay was, he's like Dame. Why does Dame like Kanye? Because we assholes. Like that's their attitude. But you know me, when I'm not on stage, I'm a real quiet dude. Real humble, whatever. Humble. I believe I'm humble. I don't know. Maybe not right now. But anyway, so Jay's like, he calls me from across the room, down the hallway. Like, Nervous, come here. So I come over. Yo, what's up? And he says, yo, I'm happy to have you back. He brings me into the room and he plays the Blueprint 3 for the first time. So it's me, Steve Stout, Memphis Bleak. And he's not just playing it for us, he's rapping it to us. So it's like, like how we used to rap, like a song. Imagine we're rapping a song together, but I'm rapping it with the dude. The dude's rapping it to me. The dude's and doing explaining it, and it's Blueprint. Yeah, and Steve Stout's there, and Bleak is there, and he's tapping me on the shoulder like, yo, you hear this line? Do you hear what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. And then to add a little extra, LeBron comes in, and then there's a picture of me and LeBron. Whatever. I used to throw up the rock every night, pretty much. So yeah, there's a picture that floated around of me and LeBron, and that's of that particular night when we did, but where that flyer is from. Okay, so how I ended up working for Jay. The stories are varied, but the one that I know for sure is there's a woman named Vashti Kola. So Vashti is like the downtown it girl. She's one of, I believe she's the only woman with a Jordan, with her own Jordan. And she used to work at Def Jam. And like I said, at the time, I used to be blogging for Hypebeast. I had a name that was a little elevated from, there's plenty of good DJs. In my own crew, there's those guys will destroy me in a battle, right? But I had this brand name situation going on. So Jay basically wanted a DJ like A-Track. In fact, he asked A-Track to do it. But A-Track had just left Kanye to start Fool's Gold, which at the time everybody thought was like, what are you doing? You were Ye, like, what are you doing? Why would you leave? But as you see, he ended up on the cover of Billboard magazine because he did his own thing. If you set your ceiling at a certain height, that's all you're gonna ever have. If you only said like, you know what, all I'm ever gonna do is write lyrics, all I'm gonna do is gonna spit, you would have never done half the stuff that you've done.
Yeah.
And that's also the mentality that Sky really brought to me. Like, yo, doing a party is great, but that's not the end all. That's not the end all be all. There's more that you can do. And he was able to kind of manifest all that. Anyway, Vashti gets asked by Jay, all right, A-Track can't do it. So Jay asked Vashti, yo, who should we get? Now, at the time, you know, I'm no A-Track. I'll be the first. A-Track will destroy me. You know, I do not have nearly the same skill set. But we are cut from the same cloth. I'm a battle DJ. I have that skill set. I used to DJ for a jazz band, a Grammy-nominated jazz band, Russell Gunn, and we did a tour called Ethnomusicology. So I knew how to DJ with a band, which is essentially what A-Track was doing with Kanye. And kind of at the time, whatever Kanye did, Jay would do. Just like, you know, I did a song with Coldplay, Jay does a song with Coldplay. So he wanted someone like A-Track. And so Vashti was like, yo, get Neil. And everything happened very quickly. It was like on a Wednesday, I was sitting on a couch like this, playing Guitar Hero, and Sky writes me and he's like, yo, you're in line to be Jay-Z's DJ. And I kind of laughed at him. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And so that's like a Wednesday. By that Saturday, I'm with Jay in rehearsals, and by that Monday, I'm in front of 10,000 people.
Woo!
So it was a little wild. It's definitely a little wild. So that's kind of how that all happened.
So Neil, you came into the game, and did you just naturally connect with other Filipinos? Like, did you guys run a Pacquiao fan club? What was going on?
Well, actually, I mean, you know, the guy that most people know me DJing for is of course Jay. But the first bunch of knuckleheads I used to DJ for, I mean, you're looking at him, this guy on the screen right here, Destroy and the Arsonists. I used to DJ for these guys, and you guys are the guys who brought me in. And then, you know, at the same time, I knew, I don't know, man, Filipinos, and there's a joke, like either Filipinos were born with like a mixer in their arm, or they were born with a rice rocket, like a Honda. I guess that was more of a West Coast thing. But over here, of course, you know, I ended up linking up with Rolly and those guys, and they were already DJing. You know, they started DJing when they're 16, 15, 16, 17, and we all just gravitated toward that art form. And at the same time is when I met Kinetic, you know, one of the Arsonist cats, and Jice, and we used to all hang out together. I don't know if anybody has brought this out yet. See, it's backwards. It's backwards, but
no, it's all good because I reversed it on the recap. So
all right. And I got to give a shout out to Q Unique.
Nomads. So Q Unique, yeah, when I met him, he was in another group, and I pulled him out of that. That's really dope. Yep. Really dope.
And of course, where we all used to meet up was Fat Beats. So this is a couple of my stickers.
If you guys ever went to Fat Beats, hit the hearts, because that place was like a church for hip hop heads to go and just kick it and hang out. Now,
so that's actually hold on. That's where I met Daddy Dog. I went up to him. I go, yo, are you Rolly Roll? And he was like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm fucking Daddy Dog. So Daddy Dog, if you're up in here anywhere, that's how I met Daddy Dog. He wanted to snuff me because I thought he was Rolly.
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's amazing. So you guys do your thing, and what I love is, of course, everybody has their own wave, but you go on to where you start. Me and you cross paths through you doing some NBA stuff.
NBA stuff.
I was hosting some stuff, and I was like, Neil,
did you ever do Adidas Fanatic? Do you remember doing that? Did you ever host that?
I probably did. Yeah.
I think you might have. So
I probably did.
You know, actually, one of the things I've always respected about you, D, you know, a lot of lyricists, rappers, if they're not making music, they can't make loot. But you pivoted. I don't know anyone else who really did, to something where you could use your character, use your, you know, just you could be you, but have a job just being you. And so, yeah, you went from just doing like small time stuff to the NBA, to, you know, Major League Football, to football. Yo, you know, I'll always be like, that's my man right there. I used to DJ for him.
For sure. But it was also great to see you on those platforms, you know, DJing. We did the rookie thing, you know, once. We did a couple of all-stars that you were part of. You know, but that's absolutely. That's also a great thing that shows your evolution. And you kind of you came into your own. So if you can, you're doing all these, I guess those paying your dues. But if you can, walk us through that as a DJ coming up.
I mean, honestly, I think one of the differences between me and a lot of my contemporaries at the time, I had a really good manager who, he didn't really say this to me, but basically he taught me to treat myself as a brand. And at the time, DJs weren't doing that. They were more concerned with, all right, I have to DJ at every club. So I'm going to go DJ at Angel on Tuesday. I'm going to DJ at blah, blah, blah on Wednesday. I'm going to be on every flyer. I'm going to be at every party. But my manager, Sky Galatli, at the time, he's still at home. He's just doing, you know, other things right now. You know, he was like, you know, you're not just a DJ now. You know, you're a vehicle to essentially influence. When that term influence wasn't such a dirty word.
Yeah.
So I was actually like, I was one of the first hypebeast bloggers. And you know, hypebeast, I don't know what the kids think about it today, but hypebeast is literally, where that term hypebeast comes from like that website. And it was all about the culture of cool. So very soon I got associated with not just DJing, but like, all right, if you want to go to like the coolest event, if you want to, you know, be where like the fly sneakers are, or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's go get Neil to do this, which is why I ended up working with Adidas, why I ended up doing the NBA, blah, blah, you know, all those type of things. And it really had to do with, treating myself as a brand, not just like I'm a worker bee.
Right. And I appreciate it. And you definitely put it down for some great companies and influenced, you know, like you said, when that wasn't such a dirty word.
A dirty word, exactly.
Now, you've done, you know, we had a short run as far as like you rolling with us, but we had Daddy Dog, you know, we ended up having him come with us. But and then, if you can, how does the Jay-Z part happen? Prior to a technical question, do you have the Wi-Fi next to you? And if not, is the Wi-Fi on your phone?
The Wi-Fi is on my phone, and it's like literally 6 feet away from me.
Okay, cool.
Am I lagging a lot, or am I?
Well, no. I'm told if you turn the Wi-Fi off, it'll be a clearer thing. But if it's close, it should be fine. But it didn't, you know, get cloudy for a minute. But you're all right. Let's continue rocking.
All right.
So the question is,
that's good to know.
So Neil, you go from doing your own thing. You know, you meet 5th Platoon, you start doing that, and then you find a whole conceptual thing with Sky, who was your manager, to get you into this thought process and philosophy of Neil Armstrong as a brand. You start doing some great corporate events that gives you some looks. The moment right here that makes a hip hop head want to smile, who comes from our culture, is when you DJ for Jay-Z. But was there anything prior to that was some highlights you didn't mention?
I mean, really, it was a combination of my mixtapes. So my mixtapes, which you said you used to jack for me and bounce. That, getting my mixtapes into the right people's hands, like, for lack of a better term, powerful people, and honestly just like really being myself, doing my own whatever I felt was proper. So what I mean by that was I was a turntabler, so I was a little toughie, whatever, we fighting people, and that's what we used to do. We used to have to fight everybody, like pick someone. Our team, our roster had to fight them. The X-Men, Total Eclipse, the Beat Junkies, members of ISP. We had to go through a lot of crap to get to where we ended up being. And but I would put out R&B mixtapes with Bill Withers on it, and Daddy Dog would be like, "Yo, this ain't Wu-Tang. What are you doing? What are you, soft? Like, you super soft." But that's what I wanted to do. And lo and behold, supposedly that's one of the mixtapes that got me to J. So,
woo! So tell us what we looking at.
All my OG Star Wars from back in the day. There's a whole bunch of Transformers right here. But wait, let's do some hip hop stuff first, because this is supposed to be a hip hop show, right?
Go for it.
All right, so just like everybody, we used to collect posters, whatever. Company Flow, one of my favorite groups. We used to get to perform with them. Shout out to Mr. Len. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
All right, so Company Flow. Tip to toe t-shirt. So I got one for you. I don't know if you ever got one, D.
Nah, I don't. But I remember you guys even also had a sneaker.
Oh yeah. So let's do this little sneaker thing. So back before I started working with Jay, I was already pretty heavy with Adidas, and fortunately, they put out a shoe with us. In particular because of a guy named Brian Sheng and another guy named, Dustin Canlin. So Brian Sheng ended up doing a lot of stuff. Right now he's working with, he's a football player, Lynch. I forget his first name. I'm whack. See, I don't even really like football.
It's all good. But
so this was, go ahead.
I love the back because it looks like a vinyl.
Yep. All right, so this is the super OG situation. So the real version of it looks like this. I don't know if you could see like the groove, like really like a vinyl record. I got production versions, so I have like real 101s.
Oh.
Like there's grooves in it, but it doesn't look like that. So also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but like they were able to press the 5th Platoon logo into this clear vinyl. There's all these like little details, like that's the side of the turntable. Our names are actually on the inside and the sole. Wow. So yeah, at the time though, Adidas wasn't what it is today. So it was a little different situation.
Amazing.
I don't really know a lot of folks that have it. Just Waves, I know, has a pair. It is definitely a grail to a lot of people. Let's do a couple more stickers. I got the Crucified Dibs. I saw that you brought up that comic book that he did.
Yeah.
So this is a Pharaoh Monch invite to Club Cheetah for the release of his album. Club Cheetah is a Club Amnesia Club Cheetah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you recognize this guy in the back, Destroy.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
It's Joe from Fat Beats.
Yes, the guy.
So this was taken pretty much right before I met you. This was in 1996, and wow. I used to be at Fat Beats so often that I used to get phone calls there. So I didn't have a beat. This was pre-beeper days. The only people who had beepers were drug dealers. So I used to just be like, yo, just call me at Fat Beats because I'm going to be there. And lo and behold, I'd be there. Let's see. I was also into skating. So I don't know if you guys remember Gator Rogowski. Visions. He was sponsored by Vision. His infamous story was he ended up murdering a couple of people. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he was a really great skater.
Good vibes. Now, That's awesome.
There was actually a documentary about him, which was really dope. You guys should check it out. The story of Gator Rogowski. Another company flow sticker. I don't know if you remember the dog at Fappies, Casper. You know I love dogs, so this was the first pit bull I used to hang out with. Shout out to Casper. Let's see.
Now you keep showing us the kicks are in the.
Yes. There's the kicks in the back. I'll get right to those. One more hip hop one on the go. All right. So these kicks in the back. So being with Adidas, obviously, one of the things I used to get hooked up with a lot of product. The first big campaign I was part of was the Star Wars campaign. So this is like the Millennium Falcon ones, Han Solo. So this is in like a blister pack, just like the toys. So there's a picture of Han Solo in the back. This is the Luke Skywalker one. But the joint that I showed D-Store that he was really crazy about was these right here. So these are the lights. So they made 2 sneakers before the official collaboration. They were called the Light and the Dark for obvious reasons, right? Light side of the Force, dark side of the Force. Now, the person who put it out, he doesn't advertise it, but he actually posted. He might be on here right now. I won't say his name just to be safe, but he put it out without permission. Like he just did it. And I guess at the time, I don't know what Adidas headquarters were thinking, but they were like, all right, sure, put it out. So George Lucas, of course, hears about it, sees it, says, no, I'm not letting this happen unless I get a cut. So they all get pulled. They get pulled from the shows. And I happen to have one. Now, how I got it was when I started working with Adidas, that main store on like the corner of Houston and Broadway, that was back in the day their headquarters. And they basically had this vault with just all these sneakers. I don't know how many people used to get to go down there, but they used to bring me down there all the time. And especially because I had sample size. So sample size sneakers are size 9. So if you have a size 9 foot and you get sponsored by a sneaker company, you are golden. You good. And they just would bring me down there and be like, oh, hey, oh yeah, you want these? Sure, good. And they would just give me, stuff like that. Wow. It's definitely a grail. Like I said, supposedly there was only 500 that ever got out, but like I said, they pulled them from the thing. So
wow,
I don't really know how many are actually out there. Another Adidas related thing. So when I was working with them heavy, they used to sponsor a lot of my events. So one of my first mixtapes was a mixtape called Original, where I went back and forth between the original sample and, the hip hop version. And back in 2000 was the 10-year anniversary of that mixtape. So right now, it's actually the 20-year anniversary of that mixtape. I, of course, was late with celebrating, so I celebrated January 1st, right? I won in January. Staple. So Jeff Staple, the guy who is infamous for the pigeon dunk situation. Jeff Staple, he was the guy who made the Fifth Platoon's first logo. Fine. And he designed this that was only given out at the event that I did. And it was me, Questlove, Spinner, and we did it at Greenhouse. And actually, the girl I was dating at the time, the place was so freaking bougie, they kicked her out. I don't know if you guys know about Greenhouse, but that's where J.R. Smith used to go all the time and just cause trouble and make the Knicks lose because he was out there partying too late. But anyway, so this is a little one-of-one action. G-Stroy, actually, just FYI, a lot of this stuff I'm letting go. So I'm gonna put a couple of these things on eBay. So if any of y'all interested, just keep on the lookout for that. So there's stuff like that I got. Let me show you another Adidas thing. since you're like, you know, I know you want to see the one of one type stuff. Oh, hold on. So some ego trips on the go. The fader. This I actually used to write for the fader. That became kind of hipster central. Big L, Source Gangstar, another ego trip. Smith & Wesson, my deep cover. Right? Oh, J-Roo. Yesterday's guest. Oh, since this is here, now I'm a dumbass Knicks fan, unfortunately. This is a Patrick Ewing basketball signed by the entire 1989 New York Knicks team, except for Patrick Ewing. So I gotta go get Patrick Ewing's. Kenny Skywalker is the only one I can read right now. So I gotta go to a game one of these days. There's Kenny Skywalker over here.
Nice.
Kenny Skywalker. I forgot who else was on that team. John. God, man, this is a long time ago. Actually, that was hooked up by a Poe the Dog fan.
Yes.
So I didn't buy that when I was a kid. I didn't get that signed myself. 1993-94 yearbook. At that time, I was a real super freaking fan. Adidas used to give me a lot of crazy stuff like this Superstar 35th year anniversary book. Just a quick peek. We got tons of stuff to go through. So this was, you know, just chronicling the first 35 years of the Superstar. I'm sure, you know, DMC is up in there. But here's a gem. Oh, here's a couple singles. I actually showed this the other day. Shout out to Danny Castro, Lyricist Lounge. I hope you can see that. Can you see that?
Yes.
Lyricist Lounge, Underground Airplay. These used to be given out with Echo clothes. And I still have the clothes too, which is insane. I kept everything.
Good.
Little detour once again. So I know Destroy has a shitload of lanyards, right? We all do. But this is one that's real important to me. So one of the first gigs I got to do for Adidas. I don't know if you can see it. It says float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So this was the event for Muhammad Ali. So I got to DJ for Muhammad Ali. He actually comes over. So I'm DJing and I feel someone like tapping my leg. I was up on a riser and I feel someone kind of like going like tap, 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 tap. I turn around, it's Muhammad Ali messing with me. So I've been touched by greatness.
Yes.
The Jay-Z World Tour book. So this was all the places that we went when I was on tour with him, 2008. All right, so this is the one I wanted to get to. So this is a 101. I believe Lil Wayne has one. I'm pretty sure Bun B has one. Probably Clark Kent has his own. So at the time, again, I really was pretty deep with Adidas. Not as much nowadays, you know, they got Kendall and they got Beyonce, and I'm not selling nearly as many sneakers as them. So I'm not mad, you know, but at the time, you know, they were really into supporting their artists. So they would create these massive, so you can see that's the sneaker, that's the whole set. And they actually gave this to me when I was DJing at Lollapalooza, of all places. So I had to lug this thing. And they made these custom 101 Neil Armstrong Superstars.
Woo!
And in it, there was also like t-shirts. And now I totally forgot. I checked. There used to be chocolates in here in the major silhouettes. So the three big silhouettes for Adidas are Superstars, Gazelles, and I should know the last one, but I'm sorry. There's actually four. So Gazelles, Superstars, Samoas, and Campus. Those are like the four iconic silhouettes. So there used to be, they actually made chocolates. And somehow I didn't eat the Samba.
He still got the chocolate.
I still got the chocolates. I still got the chocolate. I don't believe I do, but I do. You would have thought I would have ate that already. All right, so let's let me do one more hip hop batch, and then we're gonna get into all this madness. This is kind of important, like just to show how long I've been loving this hip hop thing. This was one of my first concerts at Urban Plaza, The Roots. I got the ticket, I got the flyer, I got the stickers I got from that night. What else do I got? Mets games I went to, basketball games I went to. This once, so I'll tell this story because it's freaking hilarious to me. So back in the day, I don't know if you ever noticed, Destroy, but there wasn't a lot of Asian folk running around. And if there were Asian folk, it was all Filipinos. So I wasn't really a big DJ back then. I don't even think I was called Neil Armstrong yet. But I went to Bad Boy Records, right? And this is the card that I got. I don't think I met Puffy. I'm pretty sure it was someone else. But basically, they thought I was Qbert.
Yo, he's got Puffy's business card.
They thought I was Qbert, so they gave me. Destroy, get back over here. They thought I was Qbert, so they gave me that, that one version of Unbelievable, like on the B side, and One More Chance on the other one. That was promo only, so I got that somewhere. Hold on. There was another one that was real important for me to show y'all before I get into the toys. How much time we got? We good on time?
We don't have a lot of time. I'm restricted to an hour.
Big L, whatchamacallit. All right, let's just get into the crux. We got 15 minutes. Okay.
Go.
So, OG Millennium Falcon, OG Slave 1, and I don't know if you could see inside, but let's see. Let's open up the Slave 1. It's just kind of tough. I should have brought that freaking whatchamacallit. Hold on. Go like this. Inside we got Han Solo Carbonite. We got the Carbonite Han Solo still. And let's see if I remember how to open this thing. All right. I got it. And all right. We got the Fett. We got the Boba Fett. So we good. We got that's my Slave 1. So these are all OG. These are the stuff that I was playing with when I was a kid. I never really bought reissues. I was never kind of into that because I was broke.
The original.
So, these are all just my old stuff. OG Land Speeder. Snow Speeder. So, Destroy, you're breaking my shit. I don't like this.
Destroy.
Bespin Cloud Car with the Bespin Pilot. My man Lando's up in there. Chewbacca bandolier strap in the box still. The Patrol Dewback, which, is kind of racist, Dewback. I'm pretty sure they're trying to, anyway. So this is an OG. You know what? Let's open this one up. I guess I didn't play with this too much because it's still in really good condition.
He's opening it.
Still got the saddle. All right, we got 10. So here is the full Rebel transport. Still in the box. There it is. Still in the box. So again, this is all my OG stuff. I know Destroy wanted me to show some crazy Transformers stuff. So I kept all my Transformers as well.
Woo!
This is Omega Supreme. He's all in there. Hold on. All right, you guys probably like show us. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's take a look.
No. We don't have If you got more, you could go through it more. It's blowing my mind already.
There's an OG.
Oh my God.
So these are actually really interesting. Now, if you go watch the toys that made us, before the Transformers were the Transformers, they were over here. They were called Diacron. They were called, I forgot what the other one was called. But basically, these were the OG ones before they created the story around it. I think I have all of them except for one. Like, this ended up being Ironhide, so this is the Diacron version. I understand that there is a market for these quote-unquote bootleg. So that's a Diacron one. That's a Constructicon. And alright. So I'm gonna bring this out because there's one piece I wanted to show you.
Okay,
go ahead, Destroy. What you saying?
It's amazing. So if you guys understand, prior to creating the Transformers, they took other toys and just rebranded them as Transformers. He has
exactly, and they wrote a story around it. Exactly. So here's Metroplex. So Metroplex is in there. The one I wanted to show you, of course, is Blaster. Hold on, there's Blaster right there.
Yes!
So this is the one that not a lot of people have. So if you watch the TV show, there was a character named Perceptor. I don't know if you remember Perceptor. Perceptor was a camera. It like split into three guys.
Yes.
Now, Perceptor was never offered as a real toy. But, like, you couldn't buy it. But if you sent away in the back of the Transformers boxes, right, they had these points.
Yes.
And if you sent away, you could get Perceptor. And like a good nerd, I did that. So this is Perceptor.
Oh my God! Oh my God.
Still in the box. Pretty good condition. Actually, yeah, definitely. I didn't even pop out the whatchamacallit, the bullet.
The weapons. Oh
this is still here.
God, bro.
So that's like a super OG thing. I don't know how much time we have, so I'm gonna tell this one last story. These are the Adidas that I wore all tour with Jay, and what I wore when I actually did DJ for Barack Obama when he was inaugurated. And this is a bottle of Ace of Spades.
Hold on.
What's up?
He said when he DJ'd at the inaugural for Barack Obama. Wow.
Yeah, I did that.
Keep going.
I got this. So, as far as I know, I'm the first DJ to perform for an inauguration of a U.S. president. I haven't seen any record books, but I'm pretty damn sure Bush didn't have a DJ scratching.
Keep going.
So I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. That bottle of Ace of Spades, we actually, by mistake, popped open a $50,000 version of that. It was like yay high, like up to my waist. We didn't know we weren't supposed to open it, but the Rock Boys were kind of lit, and whatever. So this is another OG thing. So Voltron, everybody loves Voltron. I'm going to actually show this because this relates to something happening right now. There's a store called Forbidden City, which is where my father, when I was, a kid, I begged him to get it for me for Christmas. So he went there and got the last one, literally the last one. At the time, I don't think Lionbot or Voltron was out here yet. So this was the version that was out. And, I appreciated it so much that I just really took care of it. So this is the Lionbot. So what that deals with right now with Forbidden City is, suffering like everyone else. So they have a GoFundMe going on. And if you guys look up Forbidden City in New York City, hopefully you can check that out. All right, so for my Star Wars fans, here's all my action figures. Boom, boom. More action figures. We open them up. Let's see what we got. Oh, they all fell out. Got C-60 Princess Leia. This motherfucker. Hammerhead. The walrus dude. I forgot his name. Chewie, of course, Chewie.
Woo!
And there's 3 more of these bad boys in here. Damn, man, an hour went by too quick, huh? I didn't expect that.
It goes by quick. 6
for
minutes.
real, for real. You guys, you need to make this a 2-hour thing, man. But there's more. Here's actually more Transformers in here. Oh, this is the last 2. We'll do these last 2. Okay, so Transformers are dope, but most of y'all know I live in Japan half the year. My wife's Japanese, my daughter's Japanese. So when I'm over there, there's a store called the Mandrake, and they had this Optimus Prime Bape version. So if you're a sneakerhead, if you're into that type of thing, this is a Japan-only exclusive. And of course, being a DJ, I had to get the Japan-only Sound Blaster in the variant colors. So what you think? What you think, D-Stride? Did good? Did I hit the bar that you were hoping for?
Bro, I need everybody to hit them with the diamonds, hit the hearts. So many gems that you popped out, and the stories. I don't even know where. So the Adidas with the chocolate. There's something else that blew me. The original version of the Transformers, Voltron. You have so many things, my brother. Yo, you yourself are a gem as a human being, Neil. I thank you you went through all of this, and you were really, everybody viewing, this guy was like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and he was sending me, and I was like, wow, fire.
I had to come.
The stories are great.
In the math team, on the AV side, they finally paid off, baby. Finally, yes.
So, Neil, your energy has always been great, has always been positive. If you can share with us, what does a show like this mean to you? To be able to also show some items with a community.
Right. I mean, dude, for people, especially our age, me and you are a little up there. I guess we're at that point where nostalgia is really important. This stuff that we grew up with is life defining, and we don't really get to see it very often. Especially, half my friends are like, they'll see my stuff, they'll be, yo, I threw my toys away when I went to college, and it's just kind of nice to relive these little moments that you had, these weird, I forget the science, but basically when you remember something that makes you happy, it releases dopamine. It makes you feel good, right? There's a real scientific thing to it, and that's what this show is, man. And for me, being able to share all this stuff, which for the most part, I got made fun of for my whole life for being a hoarder. Yo, this is amazing. So thank you for doing this show. Before we go, because we are about to get cut off, one last piece that I wanted to show. So this is not really an oldie, but these are the Fresh Prince D Roses that Adidas put out a while ago. And
okay,
I'm DJing with the Fresh Prince of for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith, with me, Just Blaze, D Nice, Clark Kent, a whole bunch of us on Saturday. IG Live, y'all should come through. I hope y'all do, and I hope y'all enjoyed all this stuff. Now I gotta go clean it up. Thanks a lot, D-Slay.
No, Neil, before you go, if you could give some inspiring words to keep everybody positive throughout this, and what keeps your battery back to make you want to smile every day you wake up.
I mean, luckily every day, even when it's like this, every day is a blessing. You guys got to keep that in mind. I hate to do it, but it's easy. The easiest way to remind yourself that you're okay is that, most of us have a place, we're able to watch the show. Whoever's watching the show is in a better place than some kid who's starving, or someone who's getting bombed right now, or some other person, and I hate to do it that way, but unfortunately humans kind of work that way. So just kind of keep that in mind, and 100% that this situation isn't forever. It's right now. It might be for a little while, but you know, we'll be all right. We'll be all right, and me and Destroy will be partying, making y'all go crazy sooner than later, for sure.
Neil, I love you. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm gonna see if there's a second to grab somebody else before we get cut off. Actually, so Neil, X out of here. See if we have the time.
All right,
but I want
peace,
everybody
y'all.
to
Thanks
talk
for
about
joining us. Peace.